In a stunning courtroom twist, Sean Diddy Combs, already battling intense legal pressure, found himself face to face with a decision he couldn't accept. When the judge overseeing his high-stakes trial allowed a juror with close ties to Johnny Depp's famous legal team to remain seated, Diddy's reaction was explosive. Why did this particular juror set Diddy off? Is there more happening behind the scenes than the public realizes? Stay with us as we unravel this courtroom drama where egos, power, and legal strategy collide in ways no one expected. Trust us, you won't believe what really went down in that tense courtroom showdown. This could be one of the most explosive celebrity trials we've seen in years. Diddy's legal battle. A quick recap. For months, Sean Combs has been at the center of an intense legal firestorm. Charged with serious allegations ranging from racketeering to assault, the stakes couldn't be higher. Diddy, who once ruled the music industry, now finds himself fighting for his reputation and possibly his freedom. This isn't just a celebrity scandal, it's a battle for survival in a court of law. With cameras flashing outside the courthouse and headlines swirling, Diddy knows the world is watching every move he makes. The outcome of this trial could redefine not only his legacy, but his very future. And in a world driven by public opinion, losing in court could be just the beginning of his downfall. Jury selection, the most critical phase. In any trial, jury selection is where the real war begins. Both sides meticulously vet potential jurors, seeking individuals who might be sympathetic or at least neutral. For Diddy's team, finding an impartial jury was already a daunting task given his global fame and the swirling media circus. But no one expected the bombshell that dropped during this critical phase. Court insiders say the atmosphere was tense, with both legal teams scrutinizing every answer and expression. When the controversial juror's background surfaced, it sent shockwaves through Diddy's defense table. One miscalculated juror could tip the scales in favor of a devastating verdict. The juror's controversial connection. The juror in question reportedly has direct professional ties to the law firm that represented Johnny Depp, a team hailed for their aggressive defense tactics. While technically not illegal or unethical, the optics alone were enough to set Diddy's legal team on high alert. Could this juror's background introduce bias into what's supposed to be an impartial trial? Defense attorneys argued that the juror's experience might unconsciously align him with powerful celebrity clients. The prosecution, however, downplayed these concerns, insisting the juror could remain fair and balanced, but even a hint of favoritism could be catastrophic in a case already hanging by a thread. Diddy's outburst, the moment it all exploded. Courtroom spectators described the moment as electric and shocking. As the judge overruled objections and confirmed the juror's seat, Diddy reportedly slammed his hand against the defense table and muttered loud enough for nearby reporters to hear. His frustration, barely contained until that point, finally erupted. Witnesses say the courtroom froze, the tension so thick you could feel it in the air. Security moved in swiftly, but Diddy, red-faced and visibly fuming, regained his composure before being formally reprimanded. Those few seconds were enough to shift the courtroom's entire energy. It was the kind of public display no defendant wants during jury selection. The judge's stern response. The judge presiding over the trial wasn't amused. Maintaining authority in a high-profile case is crucial, and an outburst like Diddy's can't go unaddressed. In measured but firm words, the judge reminded Diddy and his team about decorum and the consequences of courtroom disruptions. But it wasn't just a slap on the wrist, it was a clear warning that future outbursts could lead to even harsher penalties. A contempt of court charge was quietly floated among legal observers. Diddy's attorneys immediately huddled with him during the break to caution restraint moving forward. The judge's stern gaze made it crystal clear no more chances would be given. Diddy slips up again, it could risk even more serious legal consequences. Why Diddy feared the connection? Behind Diddy's frustration lies a deeper fear, strategy. Johnny Depp's legal team didn't just win in court. They won in the court of public opinion. Their mastery of narratives, media control, and legal theatrics set a new standard for celebrity defense. Having someone with ties to that success story sitting in judgment could mean trouble for Diddy. He's battling not only evidence, but perception, and perception can be fatal in cases like these. To Diddy, the juror's background felt like an unseen weapon pointed right at him. It's not just the verdict he's worried about, it's how the story gets told. And history shows public perception can destroy even the most powerful figures. Legal experts weigh in. Legal analysts were quick to jump in after news of the courtroom eruption broke. Some argue that while Diddy's concerns are understandable, the judge's decision to allow the juror was well within legal standards. Others suggest that Diddy's outburst could now become a distraction, or worse, paint him in a negative light with the existing jury members. In high-stakes trials, perception can be as powerful as evidence, and Diddy's reaction might have cost him more than he realizes. A few legal pundits even noted that jurors are closely watching body language and emotional reactions from the accused. If Diddy appears volatile or unhinged, it could subconsciously sway jurors against him. And in a close case, even minor impressions can be deadly. Public reaction. Fans and critics clash. Outside the courtroom, social media erupted as fans and critics weighed in on Diddy's meltdown. Supporters praised his passion, arguing that the trial is rigged against him from the start. Detractors, however, called the outburst entitled and unprofessional, claiming it shows a man unraveling under pressure. The divide mirrors broader public opinion about Diddy's legal woes, and each side is only digging in deeper. Twitter hashtags like #StandWithDiddy and Diddy Down trended within hours. Public sympathy or outrage could ultimately influence the broader narrative surrounding the trial. In a battle as much about reputation as justice, public opinion could tip the scales. With every headline, Diddy's reputation hangs in the balance. What this means for Diddy's defense. The courtroom drama is a distraction Diddy's team didn't need. While one outburst won't decide a verdict, it sets a tone, and jurors notice everything. Moving forward, Diddy's lawyers must now work doubly hard to refocus attention on the evidence and away from their client's behavior. Courtroom discipline will be crucial if they hope to salvage the image of a man wrongly accused, rather than one seemingly losing control. A misstep in front of the jury could be more damaging than any piece of evidence presented. The defense now faces the uphill battle of repairing the impression Diddy's anger left. One wrong move could cost them everything they've worked to build. What's next in the trial? As proceedings move forward, all eyes are on Diddy, not just for his defense, but for how he conducts himself. The jury is set, the stakes are locked in, and the world is watching. Will Diddy manage to keep his composure and fight his case on legal grounds? Or will emotions get the better of him again? One thing is certain, this trial promises to be a showdown unlike anything we've seen before. In a case where reputation and freedom are on the line, every gesture, every word will matter more than ever. The trial's opening statements are already generating buzz, and more twists are surely on the way. With his future on the line, Diddy can't afford another misstep. From courtroom eruptions to jury drama, Diddy's trial is unfolding like a high-stakes thriller, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Do you think Diddy was right to be upset about the jurors' connection? Or did he just hurt his own chances by snapping? Tell us what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more breaking stories from inside the world's most explosive trials.